Hello everyone. In our previous session we have already discussed about the band structure of real semiconductors taking an example of gallium arsenide. So in today's session we are going to deal with the band diagrams of another two semiconductors. One is silicon and another one is germanium. So let's start. First is the band structure or band diagram of silicon. So this is the band diagram, which is of its simplest in nature. As such, if you go for studying the band diagram of any semiconductor, the nature is very complex because there we are considering each and every conduction band and valence band oriented along all the directions with its multiplicity factor also. But here I have taken the simplest form. So diagram is very clear. Let us study its details. So from the band diagram itself, we can say that silicon is an indirect band gap semiconductor. Here the top of the valence band is at K is equals to 0 and E is not equal to 0. It is little bit below E is equals to 0. And the conduction band, the primary minima of the conduction band is on the right side of the valence band. They are not one above the other. So such semiconductors where the bottom of the conduction band and top of the valence band are not at same K value, those are nothing but indirect band gap semiconductors. So silicon is an example for indirect band gap semiconductor. Then coming to the energy gap, silicon is having energy gap equal to 1.08 electron volts. Generally we take it as 1.1 electron volt, but exactly it is 1.08 electron volts. So energy gap, we know it is the energy difference between the maximum of the valence band and the minimum of the conduction band. So next, the nature of conduction band. So conduction band is having the primary valley or primary minima along 1 0 0 direction, which I have denoted in the band diagram also. So conduction band has the primary minima along 1 0 0 direction and it is having a distance from the center towards the edge, which is 0.85. That is, you can see if you start from the origin, the primary minima of the conduction band is occurring after 85% of the distance, that is towards the edge of the zone, that is the zone boundary, as you can see in the band diagram. Then again we have studied about the symmetries, different types of symmetries. So due to cubic symmetry, there are 6 equivalent primary valleys located along 1 0 0 direction. In this diagram I have shown only one valley, but if you see the exact or the real band diagram, there all the primary valleys, secondary valleys will be shown. That's why the diagram looks very complex. So due to the cubic symmetry, there are 6 equivalent primary valleys which are again located along 1 0 0 directions only. So with these 1 0 0 direction, 6 is the multiplicity factor, that is similar primary valleys will be along the direction 0 1 0, 0 0 1, 1 bar 0 0, 0 1 bar 1, 0 1 bar 0 and 0 0 1 bar. So these are the 6 equivalent primary values of conduction band. So next, let us see the energy surfaces. So the energy surfaces corresponding to the primary valley of the conduction band are composed of prolate ellipsoidal surfaces of revolution, which is again having the axis of symmetry along 1 0 0 direction itself. So in the diagram we can see or observe the prolet ellipsoidal surfaces which are 6 in number, that is with respect to the primary values of the conduction band. So the diagram is in K space. So Kx, Ky, Kz coordinates we have shown. So 6 prolet ellipsoidal surfaces. Then based on the curvature, these energy surfaces, their curvature is going on changing. So based on the changing curvature, two types of masses can be defined. One is a longitudinal mass, another one is transverse mass. So if you take the example of silicon, there exists one longitudinal mass and two transverse masses which are having the values as shown. That is, longitudinal mass is equals to 0.97 m naught and transverse mass mt is equals to 0.19 m naught, where m naught is the rest mass of the electron. So when you take the ratio, you get the mass anisotropy ratio, that is ml by mt. When you calculate it, it is approximately equal to 5. Then coming to the valence band, all the details above are for conduction band. Now if you consider valence band, it is represented by 3 different holes. In our previous session we have explained about the different types of holes based on the curvature, where dou square E by dou k square represents the curvature and effective mass m star is inversely proportional to curvature. So based on the curvature we can define different types of holes. In silicon we have one hole which is heavy and its effective mass is equal to 0.5 m naught. And again, based on the curvature itself, the two holes are light, because for the two valence band curves the curvature is more. So as the curvature is more, the mass or effective mass is less. So two light holes and one heavy hole is present for silicon. So this is the detail about the band diagram or band structure of silicon. So next let us move on to the band diagram of germanium. So the band diagram is again the simplest band diagram which is shown here. Then coming to the details, again we can observe that the top of the valence band and the bottom of the conduction band are located at different k values. So top of the valence band is at the origin, that is k is equals to 0, and the bottom of the conduction band is at the zone edge. So that's why germanium is again an example for indirect band gap semiconductor. Next, coming to its energy gap. Energy gap is equals to 0.66 electron volt, which is again represented in the diagram. So next, coming to the details of conduction band. Conduction band is having its minima along 111 direction and it is located at the zone edge, as you can see it on the left side of the diagram. That is the primary minima. Then again, based on the direction, we have similar 8 minima in the conduction band. Those are nothing but for 111 direction, similar 8 are 1 bar, 1 bar 1 bar 1 1, so 4 are over. Then 1 bar 1 bar 1 bar, 1 bar 1 bar 1 bar 1 bar and 1 bar 1 bar. So these are the 8 similar minima which are in conduction band, which are along the same direction. So in this diagram we have considered only one minima, that is along 111 direction. So similar 8 minima will be present in germanium. So next, these valleys are composed of 8 half prolet ellipsoids of revolution, which you can see in the diagram. Again the diagram is in k space, that is we have considered kx, ky, kz as the axis and we can observe there are 8 half prolate ellipsoids of revolution. So if you take periodic zone scheme, these 8 half prolate ellipsoids will be equivalent to 4 prolate ellipsoids. So again, based on the curvature, we can define two different masses, longitudinal mass as well as transverse mass. And for germanium, the longitudinal mass is equal to 1.6 m0 and transverse mass mt is equals to 0.082 m0. So if you take the ratio, we get the mass and isotropy ratio, that is ml by mt, which is approximately equal to 20. Then coming to the details of valence band. Again, based on the curvature of the bands, we can divide the holes in two types. One is heavy hole and another one is light hole. For germanium, there are 3 closely spaced subbands in the valence band, and among these 3 subbands, one is of heavy hole and again 2 are light holes. So again, this is based entirely on m star inversely proportional to the curvature. So this is about the details of band diagram of silicon and germanium. Thank you.